Hi everyone, I'm Effie. I'm Amanda.
I'm Dinda.
I'm Faisal.
So a while back we interviewed a small business for our group project.
What small business did we interview?
The small business in question engages in buying and selling used cars.
Okay, so before we getting to know the business more, we'd like to break this down into a few sections. Let's get started.
Katapang Jaya Used Car Dealership is a medium-scale business owned by one owner. His name is Rizal. He sells the car in online marketplaces. He often makes cash-on-delivery transaction with his customer. He claimed this business is still new, so he is still looking for the suitable name for his business. The business started 3 years ago when the owner first sold his own car. After this transaction, the owner had a spark to start his own dealership and wanted to sell more cars. I will give this phone to the human cat.
Business entity value chain. Okay, so for sourcing and refurbishment, he will buy car from personal network and OLX auctions, and he will partner up with workshop for quality checks like for engine, paint, and body. And for sales and financing, on cash sales, he will over cash on delivery transaction which will happen on Kaves, and for credit sales he will connect buyer to banks. Banks will handle approval, document retention for BPKB and late payments, which will reduce result risk. For profit model, there is a higher margin on luxury car and lower on economy car. Credit will speed up sales of expensive inventory. So the market, he often promote via OLX, Instagram, and Facebook, and he will highlight credit option for expensive cars. And for support, buyer will manage their own taxes and bank will provide the document copies if needed. So the value chain strength, firstly, cost efficiency, no rent or payroll, and it means minimum overhead. And secondly, risk mitigation. Bank will absorb credit risk by giving a strict vehicle age limits. And third, scalability. Digital sales model allow easy expansion into new market. Ketapang Jaya value chain thrive on lean operations, strategic partnership, and digital agility as a key to scale in Indonesia's competitive used car market. Okay, so I will give this phone to the person who's forced to be here.
So explained by the owner himself, the company does not have a dedicated financing team to help with finance transactions. Instead, he uses a bank to help with financing these transactions. Wait. To explain this further in depth, there will be three different divisions in this transactions. First, it's the dealer, second is the bank, and thirdly is the customer. The bank acts like a middleman for the dealer to get paid and for the customer to enjoy his vehicle. Firstly, the bank pays the dealership in cash for the full price of the car, and the dealer will in turn give the car to the bank. The bank will then keep this as a company asset and sell it to a customer in a credited sale. And I will give the phone to the person that has been overthinking of Sia for the past few weeks. Wee.
Internal control in this dealership is still manual because it's managed directly by the owner. However, control is still carried out through first, selection of car units according to bank standards, for example, year of manufacture above 2000. And then the second one is cooperation with trusted repair shops to ensure car quality. And then the third one is storage of transaction data independently by the owner. In addition, the company also potentially faces several threats. Here the following some threats that may be faced and two controls for each threat. First threat is risk of data fraud or false applications by buyers. And then the control is verify customer identity and documents thoroughly before submission to the bank, and digitally archive all applications and documents for revalidation purposes. And then the second threat is loss or damage of important documents such as BPKB, invoices, and submission letters. And then the control is implement a document digitalization system and periodic data backup, and storage physical documents in a locked filing cabinet and only accessed by the owner. And then the last threat is delay in disbursement of funds from the bank after the application is approved. And then the control is first, develop a written cooperation agreement with the bank regarding the disbursement deadline. And the second one is actively and regularly monitor the status of applications through an internal tracking system. That's all from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.